have a concept of ummah, and therefore we are not entirely committed to the notion of the nation state. Do any of you lot worship a state? Tell me, if there's anyone here that worships Britain, is there anyone here that worships a state, has given bay'ah to a state? Of course not. First, no such entity exists worthy of that. Inshallah, we live to see that. Secondly, that's not how Islam works. Our allegiance first and foremost to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Prophet ﷺ and the believers. That is where our loyalty lies. That is where victory and liberation will come from. So given that, that's a problem for people who believe that we should worship states. We've seen it with the way Tommy Robinson managed to get 150,000 people in London. Does anyone from the elders, do you ever remember a far right march from your day that had 150,000 people in London?
Never.
That was light work for him. That was light work for him. Yeah? All these flags that you're seeing, raise our flag. But talking about solutions, I think the fact that we managed to get 4 independent Muslim MPs, and I think that's a good reflection. We should be aiming for more. Our future is not in Labour. I want to get into politics, and especially in towns and cities like Birmingham, there's about 20 to 25 constituencies where Muslims, literally, if they're united, they can be kingmakers. That's not to say that is a solution, but that is at least a louder, more principled voice in Commons. If there was no Muhammad Ayub, do you think Ayub Khan? If there was no Ayub Khan, would Maccabee have been banned? Let's be honest. If you had a Labour MP in his constituency, would Maccabee have come and played against Aston Villa, their fans? Of course they would have. You know they would have. It's because you had an independent MP, and it's because a half-decent Chief Constable in West Midlands. And again, I'm not one to praise the police. If you are not involved in any type of da'wah, Islamic activism, advocacy, any type of work for the advancement, for the conveyance of Islam in this country, you should not be here. Following Islam is not supposed to be a cruise. Allah tests those whom He loves. He loves the people of Asham, He loves the people of Gaza, He loves the people of Palestine. He loves the people of Asham, He loves the people of Yemen. MashaAllah, tabarakallah, you've waged jihad. They have already shown to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they will give and sacrifice for His cause. It is us that have to prove it. It is us that have to mobilize. The white British public are our qawm. We are part of a global Muslim ummah, but our local societies are our qawm. And so many a times throughout the history of the prophets, the qawm rejected their prophets. So whether patriots want to accept us or not, I couldn't give a rat's, I couldn't give a damn. We are here, we have a duty, we have a job to do. All of us have a different role to play. Our sisters have a role to play, the brothers have a role to play, the young have a role to play, the old have the role to play, the middle-aged have a role to play, the rich and the poor and everything between us have a role to play.